Hey everyone, I'm Trevor and you're watching SoCal Disney Dad. Today we are at the San Diego Zoo Safari Park and we have a fun video for you. It's going to be our top 10 tips for surviving the summer heat here at the San Diego Zoo Safari Park. It is July 31st and we are just entering the hot season here in San Diego. August and September are going to be blazing hot. And we probably won't be back at the safari park for a while because of that. But we wanted to come today and share our tips for surviving the summer heat for you if you are coming during those hot summer months. So the first tip that we have for you is going to be about this. Bring a water bottle and a fan and keep yourself cool. And Amy's got that water bottle. That's not the water bottle I was talking about. That's actually another tip later on, is drink a lot and lots of things. But of course, you can just see the tips that we have for you right here for today. So let's get going. So what we're going to do here today is intersperse the tips throughout the day. Of course, I could just sit here and ramble off all 10 tips for you right at the beginning, but we want you to enjoy the vlog and our visit here at the San Diego Zoo Safari Park. And so, like I said, we're going to disperse these tips throughout the day here. But this water bottle, we actually got this water bottle in like a Christmas, well no, this fan spray bottle. We got this thing at like a Christmas white elephant thing a couple years ago. We've never used it and we're like, oh, we should grab it for the safari park today because it's going to be hot. So this is the little fan blade in there, and of course you press the button on the other side and it spritzes water at you. You've seen stuff like that before. Highly recommended on a hot day at the safari park for keeping yourself cool for sure. Now, we have one little problem, is you have to carry this thing around. Amy has a backpack. We usually have a stroller. I'm kind of missing that stroller here today. I'm not gonna lie. We are here, just Amy and I. I don't know if we ever have come to the safari park, just the two of us.
I don't think we have.
I don't think we have either. But the reason for that is that we're going to the Watering Hole dining location here at the San Diego Zoo Safari Park. It's gonna be a separate video later on in the week, but we've reached an interesting point now. We are at the crossroads here at the San Diego Zoo Safari Park. We can either go left to Condor Ridge, or we can go right to the African Loop, Lion Camp, places like that. So this is actually a very important decision when it comes to surviving the summer heat here at the safari park. And the reason for that is you want to do the areas that are the hottest during the earliest part of the morning when it's not so hot. So the recommendation would be to go, yes, this way towards Africa Loop, because there is a lot of just open areas over there where it's really, really hot. However, we have our lunch reservation at 11:30 and it's only 9:30. And because I don't want to get over there and finish that whole side before our lunch reservation, I think we're actually going to go up Condor Ridge. But tip number 2 is to determine which way you want to go and do the hot areas first. Unfortunately, we can't really do that.
The advantage of that area, though, later, is there are, I think, 2 water play areas down that way.
Well, there are.
Which and we'll talk about.
Actually, those are...
There aren't any up that way.
Those are in our video as well. We want you to show you those water play areas. So we can do that too. So yeah, we'll head up to Condor Ridge here first. I know I said we were going to space tips throughout the video, but we have a lot of downtime right now as we're walking through. As you can see, pretty much nothing interesting. We're on our way up to the Australian area. We are going to save the Tiger Trail. We came to the split in the road where you go Tiger Trail, Australia, Outback. Chose Australia first because the misters weren't up in Tiger Trail, and I want to show you those. Hopefully they'll be there a little bit later. But Amy wants to put this back in her backpack. Yeah. So sunscreen, of course. I feel like it's almost a given, but I want to mention it. There's another tip for surviving the summer heat. I am very, very fair-skinned. I burn very, very easily. In fact, my legs still have some slight discoloration from a bad burn that I got at the 4th of July Coronado Parade.
And it's like end of July.
It doesn't hurt anymore. It didn't hurt after like the first week, but it's just I can very clearly see the lines and the mark from that. So I burn a lot easily. So sunscreen.
I've only been sunburnt once, so...
Sunscreen is a huge tip for getting through the safari park. And here we are. We're looking for some wallabies. I see one over here.
They're all hiding in the shade, I think.
They are. It's like it's already hot. It's 9:30, 9:45.
It's like 83 degrees.
It's 80 something. I'm sweating already. We came inside here to the Wallaby walkabout area, but I don't see them still. They're like hiding today. Well, it looks like we found them. They're over here. Maybe getting some food.
Over here on the right is named Roy. He is 14 months old. You see him down there? You see him down there? Don't you think it's good? He's a baby. His grandmother's the right word, age of 5. How's the Joey ever come? Not yet.
We've been coming to the San Diego Zoo Safari Park for a couple of years now, and we've only seen a Joey a handful of times. So it's a pretty special experience when you can see a Joey. Here's what the other Joey turned into. He's this little guy over here, and he was just hopping around a lot a second ago. Well, the baby came around here. It's like he's following me. Baby wants a spotlight. Or rather, mama. Woo! Hop, 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 hop. These are wallabies here, not kangaroos. I really don't know. I probably should look this up. How you can tell the difference between a wallaby and a kangaroo, but generally speaking, wallabies are a lot smaller. That's just an easy tell. Of course, if you see a baby kangaroo, you might confuse it for a wallaby, but also there are two different types of kangaroos that are more well known. It's the red kangaroo and the gray kangaroo. The gray kangaroo could be mistaken for a wallaby, but the red kangaroo is very distinctive because of its red and ginger fur. We're gonna go in the platypus exhibit now. Only platypus in the United States, right here at the San Diego Zoo Safari Park. You can see him elusively over here swimming around. Just saw him a minute ago. There he is. Yep. It's pretty dark in here. We keep this habitat character lit. It's kind of hard to get a good view of him, so you're just gonna have to keep your eyes out for him if you want to spy that guy. But right here is the tree kangaroo. Hopefully he stays right in our view for a little bit. He's moving around a lot. Last time I put a video up of the safari park, one of our viewers asked me to focus in on that tree kangaroo. So he just went out of our view. We're gonna go around and see if we can get a better shot of him. To see that tree kangaroo, you actually have to come in here through the west wool shed. And this is normally open for like food and drinks. It's a little early in the morning for that, but if you come straight over here to the back, this is a viewing area for that tree kangaroo, and then there's a little bit of an outdoor space as well. All right, well there he is. Oh, he's moving again. Of course he is. Okay, oh, man.
Is that like their tail? Is it really white? Or is it actually?
Well, here's some info about that tree kangaroo. Flexible forepaws. A Matchie's kangaroo can move each finger independently, flex its wrists, and easily grasp stems between two fingers. This guy is making it really, really difficult for me to get some video footage of him. But of course, you can probably tell he's a little different from even a regular kangaroo. It's almost kind of like a dog. He kind of looks like a dog with a big long kangaroo tail. Kinda. Or like a big rat. He's an interesting little animal, isn't he?
I think he's cute.
That might be the most I've ever seen that tree kangaroo moving. Usually he's like up in the trees and he's asleep, and I can hardly ever get a good view of him. So this was actually a really great visit just after somebody asked us to show some more footage of that tree kangaroo. So hopefully you enjoyed that. Hopefully you're still watching. If you are, you were the person that asked me to put that tree kangaroo in the video. Let me know down in the comments if you appreciated that. Also, if you have any requests for animals that you would really, really like to see here at the San Diego Zoo Safari Park, or really anywhere where we normally go, something you'd like me to focus on, you can let me know down in the comments as well. And the next time I make a visit to that place, I will be sure, as best as I remember, to put that in the video. Well, here is Condor Ridge, and up there is the World Garden. Both of these locations are out in the sun. There is no shade. and it gets very, very hot, especially up there in the World Garden. Bunch of cactuses and things like that up there. As we get past these shrubs off here to the right, you're gonna see that these bridges are just out in the open, burning, blazing sun coming down on us. And this is a good area to get through first thing in the morning because of just how hot it is. But the bonus is that this is pretty much it for the whole area back here that's exposed. So if you're not wild about the World Garden up there, and if the Condor Ridge is just something that you're gonna buzz through, which is this area right here, then it doesn't really matter for you to come up this way first. I would definitely go through Africa Loop first because there's a lot more open and sunny spaces down that way. Well, we have 3 smart bighorn sheep and 2 dumb bighorn sheep. Can you tell which the 3 are?
5. Well, I guess they're eating.
Yes. There are 2 over here that are eating, so they're fine because if they're eating, you know, that's just, you got to do what you got to do. Maybe the 2 down at the bottom aren't dumb, they're just not dominant. And the 3 up there in the shade won't let them inside the shade.
Unless this is like Animal Kingdom where those rocks have cooling pads.
I
But I doubt
doubt that. Fun fact, if you didn't know, Amy just brought up a really great point. Do you want to talk about Animal Kingdom for a minute?
So I don't know about cooling things in Animal Kingdom, but I know the if you go on the Kilimanjaro safari ride in Animal Kingdom, they have heating devices in the rocks in the lion area and air conditioning. So either or in that area, depending on the time of the year, to entice the lions to go sit where people can actually see them from the ride.
Yep, pretty cool, isn't it? I love this view. I'll never get tired of it. I just saw a really, really up close, awesome view of a tortoise. Then I realized he was doing something that's not exactly family friendly. I'll let the adults fill in the gaps. So I'm not gonna put that in the video. Got 2 North American bald eagles here. They don't really ever do very much besides sit on their log. Their enclosure's too small for them to fly around and you get to see their wingspan. Lest you're worried about the birds' health and welfare, this is actually here. It says these birds can't fly. Injuries received in the wild have left these eagles unable to fly. And so they can't go back in the wild. That's why they're here in captivity, because we're taking care of them. Otherwise, they'd probably die if they were left to the wild. At the San Diego Zoo, there's actually quite a few eagle, falcon, that sort of viewing exhibits. And theirs are huge with plenty of ample room to fly around. So that's why that one is so small. Now is a great time to mention a few things. I have another tip for you. First off, tip for surviving the summer heat here at the San Diego Zoo Safari Park. And you can already see it. You say, what? Haha, this right here. My hat. Yes, wearing a hat is very, very helpful, but not just any hat. I have a special hat. It is a reflective hat. It's better than any hat that I have ever owned. It is excellent at bouncing the sun's rays and actually making sure the heat doesn't get trapped inside my head. So I love this hat. Best purchase that I made when we went to our Walt Disney World vacation. You can get this hat in probably any Disney Star Wars location, but any reflective hat will do just fine. Second thing that I wanted to mention while we're walking through this lovely California Arbor Trail is that if you want to help out the video, go ahead and hit the like button. It helps out more than you know. And what it does is it signals to YouTube that you enjoy this video and that other people might enjoy it as well. And it'll show it to more people if you push that like button. Second thing you can do, and I've already asked you once today, is to go ahead and drop down a comment. Again, just like Facebook, engagement lets YouTube know that the video is popular. So appreciate that very much. Thank you. It's that time again. Behold the 8th wonder of the world, the backside of water. Another tip for you, although we already shared it briefly earlier, is hydrate often. Find these little places like this, the McCann Market, this West Wool Shed, places like that, where you can come up here and get cups of water. And then they have these nice indoor shaded areas, and they've got tables down there. So take a break, Rest, hydrate, don't get worn out. Key to surviving the San Diego Zoo Safari Park in the summer. Whoa, check this out.
We got the big cup.
Big cups. And no fuss whatsoever about getting a free cup of water. Sorry, SeaWorld.
Yeah.
I'm not going to let that one go. San Diego Zoo knows where it's at.
It's
free
like
cups of water.
SeaWorld wants you to get dehydrated. The zoo doesn't.
Well, looky here. We did catch a glimpse of the tiger. He's way up there in the back. Won't be able to get up nice and close to him, but at least we saw him, right? Wow. That, just sitting down, taking a nice cup of ice water, and I sucked on an ice cube or two. Oh, I feel like 10 degrees cooler than before that visit. So that's a major tip. Major plus. So right here in the bamboo area, the bamboo forest of the Tiger Trail, usually there's a bunch of mist going on in the bamboo. And that's another one of my stay cool tips, is to go through the misters. But I don't think it's hot enough in the day yet for those misters to be running. But I have seen them running plenty of times before. So if it's exceptionally hot in the middle of the afternoon, go check that out. Even if the misters aren't going, it's a nice shaded area and good place to cool off just the same. We're coming over here to Nairobi Outpost, and we love the sand cat. But it's like, yeah, we're looking for the sand kitty. Yes, he's a cute kitty, but he is not a pet kitty.
He's a lot bigger than Brownie. Has ears like the normal cat.
I want him to turn his head. Oh, there we go. Come on. Come on, kitty. You're a kitty cat.
You know he can't hear you.
I know. I'm waiting. Oh, come on. Oh, there we go. Look how cute he is. He's such a cute kitty. No, he's back. Okay. Well, they didn't have the misters going over at the Tiger Trail, but they certainly have them here in Nairobi Village. They do. This is like a really, really thick wall. This is good. We're approaching another location that is a wonderful respite from the heat here at the San Diego Zoo Safari Park, and that is Tembo Stadium. Now, Tembo Stadium has not been used for shows in quite a long time, but it is completely covered, as you can see, and there are these big fans blowing everywhere, and oh, it feels so good. This is an excellent place to come, and some of these fans even have misters. So you can see this one over here. It's got a little bit of mist in addition to the fan. I can feel it from down here. It feels so good. And of course, we have our own little pocket mister that Amy is enjoying. She needs it more than I do. I don't really get all that hot at the safari park because I have lighter skin, but Amy's dark hair and darker skin makes her very hot here at the safari park. No trip to the San Diego Zoo Safari Park will be complete without stopping to say hi to some of the elephants. They're all kind of very far away at the moment. I'm zoomed in quite a bit here. The closest ones are actually over here. Right here under these cool rocks, you can see them getting some respite in the shade themselves. I really like to see them down here by the watering hole, which is directly in front of me here. But they're not down here right now. Sometimes you can see them down here. I very rarely actually see them get in the water, but they've gotten very close. They'll stick their trunks in, spray themselves, that sort of thing. Big open area here for the elephants, but like I said, they're all really kind of far away at the moment. Now that we step out into the sun, it's a good time to mention yet another tip for surviving the summer heat here at the San Diego Zoo Safari Park. That's wear a white shirt or a light shirt. It doesn't have to be white per se, but just a lighter colored shirt, gray, beige, that sort of thing. Not Amy's shirt. See, she actually, for her being the one that gets hotter, that was a very bad shirt choice for her.
One light colored shirt, so.
But buy some light colored shirts if you plan to go to SeaWorld, especially SeaWorld. There's hardly any shade at SeaWorld, but SeaWorld's over by the water, so it's not that big of an issue. The temperatures get 20 to 30 degrees hotter here at the safari park than they do at SeaWorld.
SeaWorld, you have stadiums that you're sitting in for the shows. And
Oh, they get very hot. Yes.
No misters, nothing in those, and then you still feel like you're dying.
They do get very, very hot. So it's an excellent tip for any theme park adventure here in Southern California. Wear a light shirt, which is why I'm wearing this one today. Coming over here to one of the overlooks, and we can see the, it's not called Skyfari here, Flightline Safari, I think is what it's called. I think it's called the Flightline Safari. It's the zip line here. And for the very first time, I know that it's been open, but I feel like for the very first time I actually see a worker there on the platform under that umbrella, waiting for people to come down. So I wonder if they're doing these more often now. I really want to do it one of these days. One of these days, I have to do the Flightline Safari, but it does cost a bit of money. I'm not sure exactly what, but I feel like it's around $100, something like that. It's not cheap, but one of these days, I definitely want to do. I need to get a GoPro first before I do this, so that I can strap it onto my chest and take you on the journey with me. So until I get a GoPro, I'm not going to go down that Flightline Safari. Right here is always a good place to see some rhinos, but they're not here today. I don't know. Right there is the watering hole at Kajima Overlook, and that is where we're going to be eating lunch. That'll be a separate video, but you can check out what it looks like from over here. Last time we were here at the safari park, they were demolishing this area, and now it looks like they've got something set up here. It looks like a little refreshment stand. I see like a place where you can get drinks in there, and then of course lots of really comfortable chairs. I don't know if it's like a, you know, anybody can go in there, or if it's a special venue type thing. I'm not sure. We're coming up on the lion camp area, which is actually down that way, right next to the big hot air balloon, and the lion camp slushies, which is right over that way. And this is probably one of the best tips for families when it comes to hot days in the summer, and it's that this is a water play area. I'm not sure how well you can see the water, but this whole area is a total soak zone. These palm trees have water coming out of the palm trees. Looks like the little turtles have water shooting up out of their heads quite a bit. The floor is entirely wet, pretty much no matter where you are. Totally, really, really nice water play area right here. A good place to come to get out of the heat and get wet. We popped over here to the lion camp while we're in the area. The male is asleep, the female is awake, but not moving around. Yeah, she's sort of awake. Here's a quick look at the line for the Africa tram. The queue could be a lot longer than it is, but it's still busier than when we went on it. Just to give you a spatial time reference here, it's 12:15 on a Saturday in the middle of the summer. 12:15 in the afternoon, and that's the line. I have never seen this before. They have signs up that says don't want to wait in line. It's like a quick queue for the Africa tram, $20 per passenger, and you can jump straight to the front of the line. That is something I've never seen before. Check these guys out. I'm not sure I've ever really seen them up close before. The marabou stork. Doesn't mean they weren't here before. I just feel like maybe I've either never paid attention to them, or they weren't up here front and center for me to see. The marabou stork live in the sub-Saharan Africa near waterways and swamps. Now what we're doing right now, being down here in the Africa Loop with absolutely no shade around me whatsoever, that is probably the worst thing that you can do on a hot summer day in the San Diego Zoo Safari Park. But the reason we did it is for this right here.
Better be on.
And yes, Amy is saying it better be on. I do see water coming out of one of them. So this is a little wet zone right here, down here at the very, very bottom of the Africa Loop. And it's really, really kind of fun. Amy's gonna go over here and yank on this handle, and you'll see. James thought this was great when he was a little boy.
I don't know if I want to get that wet.
So you have water coming from the roof here, and you can get a little wet, cool yourself down. And then over here, they've got different little things that you can pull.
Oh, it's stronger than I expected.
And then they've got a dump bucket over here that's just constantly flowing, and it will eventually just go. It looks like it's about to go. It's about to go.
I'm not standing under there, I'm sorry.
You're not standing under it? You don't want to get...
I don't want to get drenched.
You don't want to get drenched by the dump bucket? I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Yeah, so I mean, it's not like super duper exciting. Two little showers, I don't even know what you call that, a water wheel, and a dump bucket. Oh, there's a pedal? Mm-hmm. What's the, oh, the pedal squirts out of there.
I wouldn't stand there.
Go. Also down here with the wet zone, they have some vending machines. So if you'd like a cool, refreshing drink, it looks like they're mostly sodas though, and a Monster. My camera's still kind of wet.
Yeah, I actually now already wish I got more wet because
You're drying?
I'm already drying. It's that hot out here.
A good tip is just to get soaking wet.
Yeah.
It's hot enough and dry enough here, you will dry really fast, trust me.
It's like, I'm realizing that now. It's like when I was getting wet, it felt like I was, you know, pretty wet until we walked away, and already it's like, oh, I'm not that wet.
The lappet-faced vultures are really up close to the fence here today. I'm not used to seeing them this big. Well, the okapi has given us a pretty decent view over here. Still not quite up close to the fence, but he is not in the shade. So we can see him nice out in the sun, full profile photo. The okapi is one of my favorite animals to come see here at the safari park. The one at the San Diego Zoo is fine too, but I prefer coming to this one. I just like his exhibit a little bit better, and he can get closer to us. Today is actually not too bad of a day. I think the temperature is capping out at just above 90 degrees. In about a month, usually around the end of August is one of the hottest times here in San Diego. You can expect temperatures in the hundreds. That's when, you really are rethinking your decision to come to the safari park in the middle of the summer. But if it's when your vacation is and you don't really have much of a choice, that's when this video is going to be really helpful for you, because you can cope with and make the best of the summer heat here at the safari park.
We bite a lot.
Can you bite me?
No, because there's a webcam in the way, but believe me, if it wasn't here, I'd be more than happy to. Yeah, like one time, one of these humans tried to like brush me, and I was like, I don't think so. Nyam! And I almost got to bite him.
You know, I've walked by that area with the zebra so many times, and it says that you can, you know, have that like children's zoo interactive area with the zebra, but then I've never seen the zebra there. So that was actually pretty neat to see the zebra. It was kind of like a Turtle Talk with Crush type situation, where they've got, you know, somebody somewhere with a camera that can see what's going on and interacting and talking with the guests, and then the computer technology allows it to mimic and make it look like he's talking. Of course, it just kind of ruins it, I'm sure, for the kids, but I actually kind of like those. I think they're really, really ingenious. They can do that with Roz at Disneyland and Disney California Adventure. I've actually seen her interact and like call things attention to certain guests. You know, she'll say, "You in the glasses, you know, take good care of her," or whatever, you know, like Roz does in Roz's voice. And obviously, in order for them to be able to do that, they have to, you know, be able to directly interact. I think that's super cool. I love it. Well, that is it for our time here at the San Diego Zoo Safari Park, talking about the summer tips to avoid the heat, or deal with the heat rather, at your visit here at the San Diego Zoo Safari Park. The one thing that I really didn't get to mention, only because we couldn't find it, and I was really looking for someone wearing one of these to mention it, to put it on the film for you, but those little neck cooling towels, the things that you get wet and you snap them, they're usually like a microfiber or like a mesh, and then you drape them around your neck. Those have been very, very good at cooling in the past for me. Draping something like that on your neck is something that releases a lot of heat, so if you can keep it cool, it helps you stay cool, and those cooling towels are a good tip as well. I did see one person with one of those neck fans, which is kind of similar, the fans that hang like right around here and then they blow up at your face and they're battery powered. That's a possible alternative. But anyway, those are our tips for you here at the San Diego Zoo Safari Park. If you have any other tips that we failed to mention that you think are great for helping you stay cool in the summer sun when you're out at theme parks, go ahead and let me know those down in the comments. I'd be happy to hear them. I appreciate it very much. Please hit the like button if you haven't done so already, and subscribe to our channel if you want to see more videos of Southern California theme parks and attractions like the San Diego Zoo, San Diego Zoo Safari Park, SeaWorld San Diego, Legoland California, and Disneyland. Those are our 5 parks that we tend to stay at for the most part, but we do travel to other places as well. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again next time.